Is UK turn 2. They have 42 IPCs to spend. They're going to be spending the full 20 in Calcutta with a tank, 2 infantry, and 2 artillery. They're going to be spending 21 of the final 22 IPCs in the home islands. Well, actually, one of these will be in Egypt, maybe a second man too. But they're spending 21 on a transport, 2 infantry, and 2 artillery, and they're going to save an IPC for next turn. They will be making 2 amphibious assaults this turn. They're going to load up an infantry and an artillery in C-Zone 109, and they're going to make a landing in C-Zone 110 in Normandy, Bordeaux. Accompanying this attack will be the fighter from the United Kingdom. The other amphibious assault is in the Pacific, and it's a walk-in. There's nobody guarding Malaya, so the transport in C-Zone 41 is going to pick up the artillery from Sumatra and take Malaya with no opposition. Okay, so that's all we have to do. We only have to roll dice for the Normandy Bordeaux invasion, and we'll be back with that in a sec. Okay, this is the amphibious assault on Normandy Bordeaux. The HMS Invicta transport is dropping off an infantry and an artillery, and the HMS Centurion battleship is performing an offshore shot. The Germans are defending with 1 infantry, so that's 2 2s and a 4. And the battleship hit. And the Germans did not defend, so the British take the territory with no opposition. Okay, correction to that battle. Obviously, I mentioned earlier that this fighter should have been involved. It didn't make any difference, but the fighter should have been in the attack as well. But oh well, no worries. Okay, non-combat. The aircraft carrier in 109 is going to move to C-Zone 110. The infantry in Transjordan and the infantry in Anglo-Egyptian Sudan are both going to move into Egypt to bolster the defense there. The infantry in eastern Iran is going to move into West India, and the naval contingent in C-Zone 41, which is the carrier, the loaded carrier, and the cruiser are going to move into C-Zone 39. I think that's all the movement, so I'll come back in a sec with placement and money. Okay, placement. 1 artillery is going to be placed in the United Kingdom. 1 infantry is going to be placed in the United Kingdom. And 1 transport is going to be placed in C-Zone 110. In the Cairo factory down in Egypt, we are going to build 1 artillery and 1 infantry. And finally, in the Calcutta factory, we are going to build 2 infantry. 2 infantry, 2 artillery, and 1 tank. Okay, in terms of money, we do have to make 2 changes. Malaya is back under British control, and Normandy Bordeaux is now under British control. Remember, it doesn't go back to France because France's capital is taken. So that's going to be a 5-point swing for the UK. So they will go up 5 from 35 to 40, and that is at the expense of 2 for the Germans from 53 to 51, and 3 for the Japanese from 56 to 53. So the British get a base income of 40 IPCs, and they have 3 national objectives. They get 2 IPCs for controlling Iraq, 2 IPCs for controlling Iran, and 5 IPCs for controlling Transjordan, El Alamein, and Cairo. So they're going to have 49 IPCs in their coffer for next round. Okay, disposition of forces, we'll start with the home island. In the UK, they have 2 infantry, 1 artillery, 1 tank, 1 fighter, along with a lot of visiting Canadian and French troops. In Sea Zone 110, they have 2 transports, 1 destroyer, 1 battleship, 1 aircraft carrier. In Normandy, Bordeaux, they have an infantry and an artillery. In Egypt, they have a fighter, a tactical bomber, 2 artillery, and now 7 infantry. And then over in West India, they have an infantry. In India, they have 3 infantry, 2 artillery, 1 tank, and 1 fighter. In Sea Zone 39, they have a destroyer, a cruiser, an aircraft carrier loaded with a fighter and a tactical bomber. In Sea Zone 37, there is a transport, and in Malaya, there is an artillery unit. That's all the UK material on the board, so the Italians are up next.